Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And, right away, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, and maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. And now out comes Minnesota. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go play action. Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down. The 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. first down. Winston. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Ready? Blue lady. Come on. Sunday.
On first and 10, Winston. Flushed out right. Able to power through. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Winston. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Third and goal, Winston. And that is incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance and they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Dante Hightower on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jameis now on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Now Wentz again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Foreman. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Winston from his end zone on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Wild now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Wentz now to throw. Steps away. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Back. 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Shorty.
Now it's Ajayi. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Shotgun now for Wentz. And Adams has it complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Ajayi. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Credit the tackle to Jalen Holmes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Come on now. Let's go. For Tokyo.
Here's Ajayi. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. To throw, it's Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Working from the gun, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Run.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This one taken from the 7. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll begin the drive with a jive. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Escaping, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On the ball. Great.
They run again with a jive. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Easy.
Following the interception, Winston buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Charles Tapper in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Matt Wild now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Great.
They run with Ajayi. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
We're good. Ram. Lefty. Goal.
A run, it's Clement. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Barnett. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the carry, here's Clement. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run again with Clement. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
82, Parky.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. A carry for Foreman. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's the fullback, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Winston now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Off the play fake, Winston. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. Now he goes spin, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Seth DeValve, his first touchdown of the new season. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. 120. Switch. Ram.
And they'll run it here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? As the scouting reports change, are they showing him things different than what...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Winston. Going deep for Diggs. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Winston. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Derek Barnett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z. and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the backside.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Eric Kendricks not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they can't bring him down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll run with Foreman. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They're looking to throw this. Winston. It fights him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Charles Tapper in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Foreman. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And out now come the Eagles. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And that is incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Wentz. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are gonna win this football game.
Hey, let's go, let's go.
Winston here to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for.